Why don't we catch up with a couple of the guys? Take just a couple minutes here, and why don't we start first with the pride of Huntington, Tennessee, literally left his mark on Charles Schwab Field, Hunter Ensley. What do you think of the crowd, Hunter?
Pretty incredible. Grew up in this state, so really excited to see all the orange and white out here today.
And what has it been like to possess this, also get your own trophy, as this team did something that no other Tennessee team had done before?
Yeah, I said, last night that being around this group in the fall, you knew it was going to be a special team. Just a lot of great different personalities on this team, and really grateful to be a part of it and be a part of all these guys' journeys. There's going to be a lot of guys go play pro ball. They're going to do incredible, and really just grateful to play a part in their journey.
Let's go to the North Carolina game. Top of the second, cleanup hitter up. He lets go a drive. Take us through what happened from that point on.
Yeah, we can first blame Cal Stark on the pitch call. It all started with that. I think it was an 0-2 count. The wind was blowing out to left center. It was a lefty up, so he hit it pretty good. I knew he got it good enough, but I was at full speed, and I knew I was eventually going to run into a wall. Dylan's pretty quiet over there in left field, so he doesn't really ever let me know when I get close to the wall. So I just basically said, F it, let's do it.
That you did. What was it like in terms of just seeing the reaction to that? As far as some that were changing it, it's like, I will run through a wall for Tennessee as opposed to give my all.
Yeah, I didn't think it was anything too crazy until I got home and, got lost in the social media world for a few hours. But, it was pretty cool. It's something I definitely pride myself in, and definitely something, I like to tell all the outfielders is big for the team is if a ball's hit up in the air and it doesn't go over the fence, it needs to be an out, and if not, we'll die trying.
We got to see it every game, and that was as soon as Tennessee took the field again, they would show your eye black, which is still there on that pad.
Yeah, it only took me 2 games to get back out there, so that was something I definitely went for and looked at. But it was pretty cool. Maybe we can paint a little eye black over in left center field in Lindsey Nelson Stadium. We'll get with Coach V about that.
Absolutely. And just give us your perspective. What was it like to just finish the drill, take care of business, get the job done, and win a national championship last night?
Yeah, we've been so close. I'm a Tennessee guy. I grew up watching this program. Huge, on Saturdays growing up, I'm watching Tennessee football. We've been so close the last few years, so really just grateful to be a part of it. The foundation was laid by these group of guys back here. Coach Vitello was the one who built it, and then everybody else, I could talk about all of them for hours, even Q. But yeah, it's been great. Glad we could finally get it done for Coach Vitello and, all these fans here.
Let's hear it for Hunter Ensley.
Thank you, guys.
And now let's bring up SEMO, Christian Moore. Your thoughts on the reception tonight and what it's like to be back in Knoxville with trophy in tow?
Honestly, this is a great turnout. You guys always surprise me with what you do. So thank you guys for coming out tonight. It means everything to us that you guys can be here for us. And, we fought hard for you guys out in Omaha.
Certainly did. And, of course, you came to Knoxville from Brooklyn. How was it that Tennessee became the place for you?
Really, I really didn't know Tennessee was a thing during my recruiting process. So when I came down here and toured, it was definitely, a beautiful place. And I'm so glad I chose this school, and Coach V, had a dream in me.
You put in a ton of hard work in terms of working from your freshman to your sophomore season to this year. What has it been like to see the hard work pay off with just, as some would say, video game numbers? I think you're good to go.
Yeah, no, definitely just over the course of my 3 years, you know, just trying to develop into a leader and just to help this team, you know, win a national championship and understanding that, it's a bunch of college guys and, you know, we all need to pull kind of on that same string. So understanding that, you know, if I, you know, lead by example, you know, the younger guys will follow.
In terms of what you have accomplished and so many of your teammates, what has it been like to have a hand in rewriting so many team and individual records?
I mean, I think my freshman year, you know, it was real, like, it was, you know, just insane because I didn't know anything about it. So, you know, just having that year and then doing it again this year, you know, I never thought that we couldn't do it again and, you know, break records because, you know, this program and the guys we have here, you know, everyone's so talented. And like I said, when we pull on the same string, you know, good things can happen.
As it was mentioned earlier, you came up with the first cycle ever at Charles Schwab Field, just the second to get single, double, triple home run in a College World Series game. Last time it happened was 1956, and of course, it's that opening game against Florida State not going so well for the Vols after the third inning. Just take us through that night in terms of what the goal was in terms of each time you walked to the plate.
Really, I just, you know, to lead off the game there, you know, I'm trying to set the tone. You know, they hit a home run early, so, you know, I'm trying to get back. You know, I'm not trying to hit a homer. It would have been cool, but just definitely trying to get on base and put a good swing on it and hit the triple. And then from there, I knew I was, you know, I was locked in. And really just trying to win and do everything to get on base for, you know, Burke, Billy, you know, guys behind me. And, you know, I guess I hit that homer. And then, you know, you saw Hunt kind of tell me that I hit the cycle. And I didn't believe it. And then, you know, obviously we were still losing, so I had to lock back in. But it was definitely a really cool moment.
And then you have the rally. I mean, from your perspective, what is it like to just watch the team come together and the fact that one guy has the next guy's back? There's trust, whether the guy's in front of you or the guy behind you. How cool is it that you've got everybody that's just going to apply more steam until the last out is recorded?
Right. I mean, we always talk about it. You know, we're always one inning away, you know, one swing away. So we know if we keep applying pressure and pressure and pressure, we're gonna score. And that's kind of what happened right there. You know, KT kind of let it off, and then the train just kept going.
And then, again, you're on the field. You see the swing and a miss, strike three, out three, championship won. How cool was it to celebrate in Omaha?
I mean, that feeling of joy, you know, I'll probably never get again. You know, just being able to, you know, hug my brothers and to be in that moment, you know, it's definitely, you know, a beautiful moment. And, you know, I'm so glad I got to do it, you know, with this group of guys.
All right. Let's hear it for Christian Moore. There's no way we could bring up these guys individually, so welcome up here left-hander Xander Sechrist, as well as left-hander Volley Fingers. Come on, Kirby Connell.
You're older, you can sit down.
Nice of you to respect the elders.
I respect the elders around here.
So, the fact that it's been, you guys, you're not seen with one without the other. Take us through the fact that it's now 4 years together, and this is the result.
All right, we'll let the elders go first.
No, it's awesome. To be able to be a part of this program for the last 5 years and, you know, get to spend 4 years with my best friend it's been truly amazing. And, you know, thanks to everybody who was up here on this stage because we couldn't have done it without him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this guy's my brother, a little mentor when I was a youngin'. A little miscommunication with throwing partners. That's how we became best friends. But it's not just about this friendship. It's about the friendship that I've created over 4 years here. And obviously, to get to Omaha 3 times is just a blessing. And finally, to finish it up in 24 is awesome.
Remarkable seasons for both of you. Kirby led the team in appearances. You, of course, so strong down the stretch, really settled in that spot, that third spot in the rotation. So why don't we start first with you, Xander. What was it like to see the gains that Kirby made, whether it was velocity, just the fact that he was available in so many games? He pitched in every game out in the College World Series.
Yeah, this guy's got a rubber arm. I mean, he's unbelievable. I don't know how he does it. He just goes to sleep after the game, so I don't really know what he does. mentally, but he just goes to sleep. And I knew he was going to get the job done. I know we're not guys that throw like Nate Snead over here 100 and Marcus Phillips, 98. I mean, we're not those guys. We're just here to spot up and just get dudes out as quick as possible. And when I came out and Snead came in and then Kirby came in, I knew the job was going to get done.
Kirby, from your vantage point, to see Xander do what he did, especially over his last 6 starts, there was something significant on the line every time he took the mound for the last month and a half, and he really cashed in for Tennessee.
Yeah, I think it shows just, how much trust we had in this guy. For him to go out and throw in all the key moments and elimination games that we were in, for him to go out and throw like he did, it's just truly amazing to watch, and I'm glad I got to be a part of it.
Of course, it was big. Everything was on the line for Tennessee last time you guys played at Lindsey Nelson Stadium, and that was the last game of the Super Regional. Evansville had won game 2. You get to start Xander, and you both wind up making your final appearance at home in that game. Why don't you take us through yours first? What was it like to, one, just shut the door on the Purple Aces, and then get that exit where number 35 was the first to meet you?
Well, it's just kind of emotional roller coaster there. I knew I came out of after 6, and I knew I had a lot of pitches, and I respectfully went up to Coach V and I said one more, but there may have been a miscommunication of one more inning or one more batter. But I just wanted one more batter because I felt like, personally, I just wanted to walk off that mound, especially in front of the raucous crowd we had. I mean, that environment was the most electric I think I've ever been in. And just to walk out and then see this man first, it's enough to make a grown man cry there. But I didn't shed a tear until you came out and I met you.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to throw that game. And then Coach V sends me down in the 8th and then tells me to start playing catch for the 9th. And I was like, okay, at least I know I'll at least get one batter. So I got the guy out, and I look up, and Coach V's walking out, and I'm like, this is it. This is the last time I'll walk off Lindsey Nelson Stadium. And, to be able to do it in front of everybody there to support us was awesome. And then, the first guy that I see is Xander. So I just truly loved it.
Did you ever share with Coach V that you wanted to ask about you being the one to go out and take him out of the game?
Yeah, me and Chuck discussed it in Cal. We wanted to go out, a little Andy Pettit and, Derek Jeter, a little, hey, we want the lefty. But, you were too locked in on the game, and I understand, so maybe next year. Supposedly, I think NCAA is going to give us another year.
Oh, really?
No.
No.
And to have been here, both of you, as long as you have, 5th year for you, 4th year for you, what has it been like just to watch, one, this team make the advancement that it has, the progress one year to the next, and of course, building the stadium. If you build it, they will come, and boy, they came in record numbers this year.
Yeah, it speaks to what this coaching staff has done, especially with Coach E recruiting, Coach Q in the weight room, and Coach V at the helm, and Coach A as a pitching coach. I mean, it just tells you what they've done, and obviously, a lot of people know the history of Tennessee baseball. We haven't been relevant since '05 before Coach V got here. So in 19 they make a regional, but the cool thing about it is, Kirby and I and a lot of other kids up here too committed before Tennessee was like, this nationally ranked team, national all this, national all that. So I think it speaks to the culture that we've built here, and I can't thank the coaching staff and Coach V enough.
Yeah, when I first came here, they made it to a regional, and our next task was, try to get to a super regional, try to get to Omaha, and, end up making it in 21, and then finally got to this year, and a bunch of different personalities up here on the stage. So it took a lot for us to, come up with one goal, and our goal was to walk home champions, and that's what we did.
Tell you what, it was perhaps as exciting a part of last night's postgame as anyone saw. Did you guys diagram how you were going to get the cooler and douse the coach?
We did.
We did.
I said, you want to go grab the cooler? You want to go grab the cooler? Because it's perfect. He was getting interviewed, and I was like, you want to go grab the cooler? And we were like, yeah.
Not going to lie, Q, we did have to grab the lightest one.
Yeah, we did.
And what was it like to, one, pull that off, as well as get to enjoy everything since that last strike was recorded last night?
Just everything you dream of as a kid, playing in Omaha. I mean, all these players up here, they just want to get to Omaha. It was good to see Bargo go back home and in front of his home crowd there. So just for him to win it there is special, and in front of these group of guys right here and in front of all the fans that were able to go, and then the millions and millions of watching on TV is just unreal.
Kirby?
Yeah, it was an awesome experience just to go out there and win the thing. But it was just awesome to be up here with all these guys. It took every single one of us to go out there and win, and took all the support from everybody here and everybody that went all the way out to Omaha and all the people that were watching.
Let's hear it for Kirby Connell, Xander Seacrest. Let's bring up one more, and we'll go with right-hander Drew Beam.
Thanks, Herb. Oh, it's a lot cooler right here.
Yeah, the shade caught us.
Shade's a lot better.
Best to go last in that instance. So, as you got on the plane today, you were the one that was the shepherd of the trophy. What's it been like to carry that around?
It's been awesome. It's what you dream of as a kid. I went to Omaha as a little kid and just watched, and wasn't really a fan of any of the teams there. I was just, there to be, a little kid at a baseball game, and now, got to take it on the flight on the bus and just carry it around. Got to enjoy it on the field last night, and it's just such a surreal feeling.
You were a big part of the team in 2022 that was #1 for the majority of the season, part of last year's squad that rallied from a tough start and made it back to the College World Series. What was it like to just see this program take the step that it did with everybody working in the same direction?
It wouldn't be possible without those teams before us. They kind of set the road for us to get here. They laid the culture. They, taught me things. Guys like Redmond Walsh and stuff just took me in under their wing my freshman year, and I hope I've been able to pass that on to some of these younger guys and just give some experience. So when we went there this year, it was just a lot easier, and we got to bring that thing home.
You've been steady Eddie. You've been the consistent spot in the rotation all 3 years, your time in the orange and white. What has it been like to just have that role, whether it be somebody who was trying to close out a series win on a Sunday or maybe a bounce back performance on a Saturday?
It's been awesome. Coach V, I don't know where he's at, right there, he gave me an opportunity to come play baseball in the SEC, and then gave me an opportunity to be a weekend starter. And whatever he told me I was going to do, I trusted him with that, and we ran with it, and it's worked out pretty well for us, and I'm very grateful for that.
Last year, you got to make your first start in the College World Series. This year, you got to make 2. What was it like to go out and deal the way you dealt against Carolina and against A&M?
Last year, first time there, it's crazy, so many fans. Then this year, it was just a lot more easy, and got up there, and I just got to really enjoy it a lot more. And this team had my back, put some runs up for me, and we got to win some games. So it's so cool being in that environment. But I love being back here in Lindsey Nelson, and I'll forever miss playing there.
And then just like Kirby and Xander, you had your moment, whereas the last time you walked off the mound in Knoxville. But what was it like when you get to Sunday, as Tennessee's in a position to rally, win the game, and force last night's contest? What was it like the last time you walked off the mound wearing a Tennessee jersey?
I was just happy. I had a smile on my face. V came out, and I was ready to go. I gave the ball off the cones, and he took care of business in his way, and it was just, I had no regrets coming off that mound.
When you look at how this team, top to bottom, whether it be at the plate, in the field, or on the mound, how enjoyable has it to see that when called upon, everybody's delivered?
It's been cool. There's been a lot of people asked to do it, a lot of different roles, and whether it was a KT jumping over to center field, Kid Inslee ran into a wall and injured himself, and then KT making an amazing play, or guys getting different roles in the bullpen or in starting roles. It's been really cool that everyone's just filled the role that they were asked to, and that's what led us to this place.
And it's without question, Tennessee, like every one of these volunteers, it's been a very special place. What's it meant to you to be from the state as well and come here and help a team do something it had never done before?
Grew up bleeding orange, Tennessee fan, watched football every Saturday with my dad. And now, I got to be a part of this for 3 years, so it's been super cool, especially being the first baseball team to bring home a national championship. I wasn't born yet when we won football in '98, so it's been really cool to bring a championship home, and then we'll see football do it this fall.
Well said. Let's hear it for Drew Beam.
Go Vols!
Another round of applause for Xander and Kirby, Simo, Hunter Ensley, and your Tennessee Volunteers.